You'll figure it out.
I know. But yeah, that is a brilliant ass idea though. Like they got a problem with the plastic in the oceans. They got a problem with the plastic in Tokyo. They got entire islands of plastic, and they got a problem with energy in Africa. And then they got miniature power plants that could energize at least two, three, four homes on a block that goes off from burning rubber and plastic and wood, all granulated into pellets that burn in this thing. So if I can get funding to recycle the plastic that's already an overflow and turn it into these pellets and get funding for these little nuclear power plants and send them over there, then that creates a self-sustaining process. That's just continual turning. It's self-sustaining. There's the demand for the pellets because you already have the small nuclear power plants that are burning this to make energy for these houses because you already have those over there. Then you're creating a market of demand because so many people are getting these little nuclear power plants or nuclear solar or whatever that they're getting on their crib. It's so many people getting there, so they're creating another demand for those, and then once those are there, it's going to create more demand for the products or the sub products of that same thing, like the plastic pellets. It's going to create a market for those because you actually have those over there, but having those over there is going to create a demand for more of those to be over there, which is going to create a more demand for more pellets, which is going to create a more demand for more recycling, which is going to create a better job for everybody, which would be a self-sustaining project, which could go globally.
Serious.
You know, to take 500 years and then to know, like in New York, they made like a law that like you get paid for recycling, like bottles and cans. You pay a deposit on them, you bring it back, you get your deposit back for the cans and bottles you use. So they make sure that stuff is recycled.
Yeah, they need to.
But if they make sure stuff is recycled, they pay for it to be recycled. But you actually pay for it by putting a deposit on it. But it's still only 9% of all plastic in the world that is created is only recycled. So we need to recycle the rest of that and create sustainable things that would create something that gets rid of it. Like create a market on something that gets rid of it. So we create so much plastic and we can't get rid of it and it stays for so long. But then we create a market that does get rid of it and create a solution to another problem in the same one problem. The problem isn't the solution is the problem in this case. See what I'm saying? So the solution is really the problem in this state. The solution of all of the plastic that is not disposed of correctly, maybe it would like enact more stuff because maybe we could embark on the same type of deal with the same thing that's going on in New York. Maybe we can get that in all 50 something states in America. So we got all states besides Maine and New York and that are at least recycling 9% of their plastic just because there's a token to it. So if you, and then also that also creates another overflow because look at all the deposits that are paid that are never collected on. So that's creating a whole nother account in its own status. So there's a lot of solution that lies in the problem, and the problem is the solution, that the solution is the problem in a self-sustainable way, that if you can take all of these elements and put a bridge between them, it's better for our world, it's better for their world, it's better for everybody's world because it's now a well greased machine at that point. You know what I'm saying? Once you get everything established, you're creating jobs, you're creating stability, you're creating art, really. That the whole system that we don't have in that, the system that we don't have in doing this recycling and doing all of that and putting energy in Africa and all of that, the system that we don't have gets created out of that system, which is the beautiful thing about humanity, because two wrongs don't make it right, but two wrongs equal a right in one way or another. You know? Plastic overflow, no energy. Create and resolve.
Right.
Takes it and gives it all at one point in time. That's real stuff. That's real stuff. That's the type of stuff and that's only one brainchild. That's only one. I got millions of these. Word.
It's a word. Make it happen.
Word.